In our last video, we had the chance to tour different neighborhoods that make up the greater Copacabana section of Rio de Janeiro. I gave my take on the best neighborhoods to enjoy coastal living and Carioca culture. In today's video, I'm being a tourist and taking you on a tour through the towns to get a sense of how things are, the cost of living, and encounters with wild crocodiles, and what you can expect as a foreigner. We're also visiting two neighborhoods with their own unique feel and history. Feel free to let me know which of these two towns you prefer as we tour Santa Teresa and Ilha Da Digoia. On this channel, I mostly cover real estate and business because I want to give people an instruction on how they can do the same. But since I am an ENTP personality type and I live for new experiences, I'm now covering my dream to live globally. This series is part of my journey to achieve that goal. My name is Carl, and this is ENTP Life. After getting my workout in, I wanted to visit this signature landmark, Escadaria Selaron. If you research visiting Rio, this is one of the must-sees and a great way to see a different side of life here in this state. To get to this part of town, I recommend catching an Uber to take in the coastal views. If you want to get there on the cheap, you could also take a subway. The stairs are in the town of Santa Teresa. Plenty of tourists, as well as locals and their children playing. It's not uncommon to have musicians jamming and artists creating as they draw inspiration from the positive energy of this place. This vibrantly colored mosaic staircase was created by Chilean artist Jorge Seleron. These were originally steps to his home. The project expanded and is now a perfect background for a memorable picture. Your cost to visit this site? Free. After trying to get my drone shots and failing, I needed to refuel. So it's time for me to get a refuel on a caipirinha. Just as a side note, when I travel, I drink. And when I drink like a local. Do you want to know how to make a traditional caipirinha? Cut limes, add sugar, muddle, add ice, add cachaça, which is basically raw sugarcane rum. Shake, 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 pour, drink, and repeat. One street side caipirinha costs 10 reais, which is equivalent to $2 US.
Muito obrigado, senhor.
Now, just a few of these and you'll swear that you could speak and understand perfect Portuguese. This is exactly how I've managed to travel the country alone and not feel like a total outsider. Time to hop in a taxi and see more of this bohemian town that has been going through a bit of its own revival. It always amazes me how these historical properties that housed the affluent of yesteryear are allowed to become ruins. All around, you see these abandoned properties. Naturally, it always gets me thinking about taking on a revitalization project. Others have begun to do so. I could see this neighborhood totally changing in a few years if more creatives like Jorge Seleron moved to Rio to put their imprint on this town, just as he did. After lunch, I saw this gated property and wanted to take a closer look. I think we're gonna have to take a closer look at that one. Now, I wasn't expecting that. After lunch, I wanted to find an awesome place to catch the sunset. The landscape of Rio is gorgeous, and the sun sets fairly early. I figured the best thing for me to do was to find a place near home, allowing myself time to digest and to come down from my multiple caipirinha buzz. Back in an Uber and heading to Barra da Tijuca, I decided to visit Ilha Da Digoia. This neighborhood is for water and nature lovers. To access the island, you need to take a water taxi or have your own boat. I heard someone asking for a tour and hopped on for the ride. Don't swim in these waters as they're densely populated with crocodiles.
Oh, an alligator. Okay.
Also, this was a first, a capybara, the world's largest rodent. Apparently, Venezuelans love to eat these and consider it a fish. Now, to all of my Venezuelan friends, please tell me what that tastes like. How would you prepare it? And let me know right in the comment section below. When I go to Venezuela, I need to try that. After looking at the wildlife, we passed some homes, both simple rental properties and fairly nice single-family houses. I decided to ask those who lived and worked on the island what it costs to live here.
E un apartamento aqui para quarto, sala e banho custa quanto dinheiro?
Por mês?
Per mês.
Acho que de 800 a 1.500.
800
A 1.500.
a 1.000. E se uma pessoa quer alugar uma casa, quanto? Vai. 2.000 por uma casa.
Sim. Depende de quantos quartos.
Apparently, these islands attracted hippies and are known to have a lot of alternative lifestyle types. I can't say that I'm a hippie, but I do tend to get along with people who choose to live a not so typical life. Needless to say, this was a good trip. I got to watch the sunset over the mountains before heading home for the night. So, what do you think of Santa Teresa in Ilha Da Digoia? Which neighborhood would you prefer to live in and why? Let me know if you'd prefer to live in these alternative types of neighborhoods or a neighborhood more like LeBlanc. If you haven't seen my previous video, make sure you check that out so that you can do your own comparison of the two different lifestyles if you were to live in the Copacabana area. If you're looking for lower cost of living with creatives and free thinkers, I recommend these two neighborhoods for you. In our next video, I leave the Copacabana area and head north to visit the vacation towns that the locals go to when they choose to get away from Copacabana. I also continue house hunting for my next international property. Don't miss a thing by hitting the subscription button and make sure your notification bell is turned on. Thanks for joining me here at ENTP Life. Take care.